All right, my friends, this is it. This is one of the ones we've been waiting on. This is going to be a review of the new Leviathan Launcher. So this is one of the new items in the summer event. This is the grenade launcher. We're going to be testing this out. So it is a heavy grenade launcher, 4-round capacity. So it holds 4 grenades, 3.25 seconds to reload, 0.49 shots per second, 187 damage per second, or I'm sorry, per hit. 39.6 degree firing cone, never critical hits, which is typical for explosives. Must be level 50 to equip, 135 explosive skills to master, 100% PvE armor penetration. This has that alt fire unique effect, which is the Leviathan trap fires a harpoon net. After a short delay, the harpoon pulls enemies within a 5-meter radius toward the original impact point before detonating, leaving behind a 2.5-meter net for 5 seconds that slows enemies inside by 25%. So we're going to test this out. I may die because I'm going to be messing with something I've never used before, so I'm not sure how the alt fire and things like that work. But we're going to give it a go. So we're going to be taking the Leviathan Launcher, the Shortfuse crossbow, and the Valkyrie. We're going to start out with those. So these are all in-game grenade launchers. So I'm putting it against the Valkyrie, which does around 750 DPS, damage per second. And I'm also putting it against the Shortfuse crossbow, which, as we all know, only does 726. But this thing, the radius, I think it's the radius that does it anyway, just destroys. So really going to be putting it to the test, guys, to see how this thing adds up. And they got this in here. It's at 723. And again, you can only get it from the credit shop. It's 1,500 credits right now. If you're a gold member, 2,000 if you're not. And we're going to test this thing out and see if it's worth the money. So let's see if it's worth the bang for the buck. All right, so let's go ahead and start. We're in these. We're actually in the Wastelands. We're going down 3. And before I go down, I want to shoot this. So I don't even see. Alt fire. Oh wow. So how does that work? So if I click twice with alt fire, how many of those can I put out? So let me read the description again. So I'm putting out a net. I'm just not sure exactly how this thing works. So, all right. Let me go back to this. So fires a harpoon after a short delay. The harpoons pull enemies within 5. Okay, so alt fire. It fires a harpoon net trap, which is what we've seen. After a short delay, harpoons pull enemies within a 5-meter radius toward the original impact point before detonating. So let me just see if I can get this figured out. Huh. So, is it going to pull them into it? I'm not really sure. I'm not sure how that pulls them. I'm not seeing it pull anything. Let me go back. Again, I just want to make sure we understand how this thing works because we're testing it. So, normal shot just hits, right? So, I don't understand this. So, fires a harpoon net trap. After a short delay, the harpoons pull enemies toward the original impact point. So, it's supposed to pull them in, but I'm not seeing it. I mean, why would you just not? I would just use alt fire all the time. I'm not sure if I understand what the point of the normal fire is. Direct fire rockets do not bounce. Direct fire rockets do not detonate on miss. I'm not sure why you would not just use the net trap. I mean, that's the alt fire. And it slows them down. Anyway, so at the top left, you're going to see this EXP and hour counter. We're going to reset this bad boy. I can remember how to do this here. Reset values. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just grind and see how much EXP we can get this. Now, it's not going to be 100% accurate. It's not going to be 100% perfect. But we're going to give it a go, and we're going to just kind of see how these stack up with one another. So, without further ado, guys, here we go. So, I'm going to try just the net. Got a horde on me. I am 3 down in the Wastelands. First update, 2.5 million. I'm only using a, what is this? 345% EXP boost with the event going on, obviously, and a, what's my, I'm trying to read and do this at the same time. What is my damage boost? 38% damage boost, guys. So this setup I have on now is for speed. So again, this is 38% damage, so which is not much, guys. Pretty basic, honestly. So we're at 29 million EXP an hour. We're going to keep going until it slows down. And maybe we'll try the other alt fire here in a second. Well, let's just see what happens here. 39, that was a pretty big update. I do like the slow. You can definitely see the slowness in them. $39.3 should be updating here any second. You can see it's doing 164 per hit. 44 million, so another big update, guys. And you'll see when it starts to slow down, you'll see it. It looks like maybe it is harpooning them. Again, I don't know why you would use the other alt fire. I don't know why you would use the base fire when you have this mode available. I don't know if there's something I'm missing. 47 million, another big update. Maybe we can get up to 50 million an hour on this thing. $47. So I think it does like hook them there so they can't run. 47 million. Again, we're just going to keep going. 58 million, guys. The average is 49 though. So we're going to watch that average because that'll start evening out, and that's when we know we can stop the test and compare it against another item. So we're at 49. It looks like it is starting to slow down. Let's see what this does. $49.2. We'll look at the next update for average and go from there. Okay, so we went up 1 million. So let's switch to the other alt fire, or the normal fire, I should say. And let's just see if it jumps. And remember, it's at 50,900,000. We'll do one more here. If it misses, it does not explode. So this may not be the best weapon to be down here in the Wastelands, guys, honestly. The net does pretty well, but the base fire, unless you're just always, you know, hitting, not missing, you cannot afford to miss. And it's still climbing, but we're going to probably top out around an average of 55 million. So again, take it that what you will. I'm not the best explosive grinder by far. We'll do one more update and see what we get here. We're at 53.5. But I'm not seeing anything crazy. Again, we'll do this last update. Top left, average 54. So we're gonna call this 54, and what I'm gonna do is, like always, I'm gonna write this down, hang tight, Hang on 1 second. All right, guys, so we are reset. That was 54 million with the Leviathan Launcher. We're going to switch to the Shortfuse crossbow. Same boost, same everything, just a different crossbow. Or different crossbow, different explosive. And we're just going to grind and see how much damage we can do with this. Now, this explosive is one of the best in the game, if not the best in the game. So 27 million there, starting off. And again, we're just gonna kill until it starts slowing down. This will just give us a very good idea about the comparison. So look at that, guys. We're already up to 60 on the second update. The Shortfuse crossbow is just so dang strong. It just really is. It's a grinding weapon, you know what I mean? So, and we'll talk about that when we get done, but we're gonna keep going here. $60.5 million. Update should be coming in. Yep, 71. I think we can all already agree what happened here. Big upset. $71. $76. Another big update. Now, again, this doesn't have the slow that the Leviathan Launcher had. So if you don't have a lot of speed, that's something to think about. Maybe that would make it worth it for you. 78. So again, it's just going. You know what I mean? So I think we can all agree that the Shortfuse crossbow is going to beat out the Leviathan Launcher as far as DPS grinding goes. But that doesn't mean that it's bad. We're going to talk about that more in a second because I have another theory. But I want to go ahead and finish this. Let's get at least one more update in there with this. 81. So anyway, we're up in the 80s, guys. And this Shortfuse would just keep going. So hang on 1 second. All right, I want to at least give it a test against the Valkyrie, just to give it a general grenade launcher. Like, the Valkyrie's really good, okay, but it's not a Shortfuse. So we're going to test it against the Valkyrie. $24.7 million. Should have an update coming any second. $52. Second update. 52 mil already. I believe the Shortfuse hit 60 on its second update. So again, it's already, it hasn't slowed down, but going from 53 to 60 is not a huge jump for a grenade launcher. It's obviously still stronger than the Leviathan, but they have different jobs, I believe. do one more update. We're at 64. And again, guys, this is with a 38% damage boost, I believe it was. Yep, 38%. Nothing crazy. Last update, we're at 63.9, 65. So we'll call it. Again, we could get a little more out of it, but I think we answered our question. So just hang tight. Let me get back. All right, guys. So the Leviathan Launcher is 1,500 credits. All right. So now we know it got beat by the Valkyrie, and we know it got beat by the Shortfuse. All right. But I believe that the Leviathan Launcher is not. You know, you can grind with it for sure. I mean, you can grind with it. But with it having that net, that harpoon net, it's more of a trapping weapon, right? I mean, it's got a net, it's a trap, it slows them down, it holds them. You know, I look at the Leviathan Launcher as a bossing weapon. You know, it's going to hold the bosses, it's going to contain everybody. You're going to have other players, obviously, to help you, but it's going to slow things down and keep them in a spot rather than letting things just run wild. So I think it's more of a multiplayer bossing weapon than a grinding weapon. So if you're looking at the rocket launchers for grinding, you know, you may be better off with a Valkyrie or a short fuse crossbow or something like that. If you're looking at kind of a mixed hybrid, the Leviathan Launcher I think is a very good option. And then you also got to look at this. So go to the marketplace. So it's around $140 million, right, for the Leviathan. Well, let's just say you want a short fuse. That's $300 million. So again, you're going to pay, right? You want a Valkyrie? It's $55 million. So the Valkyrie is a better deal, guys. Better bang for your buck, no pun intended there, for grinding. But I do believe that the Leviathan's still going to be, you know, a better bang for your buck as far as multiplayer and bossing go. And the slow helps a lot. If you don't have movement speed, that slow is going to help a ton. And it's just a pretty cool mechanic, right? So is it the best rocket or grenade launcher? Probably not. But does it have its own place? I would say so. So it's something to think about. You know, it is a really cool design. It's a really cool weapon. I like it. But I would probably use a different launcher for EXP if I'm grinding in the Wastelands. If I'm in the Southeast Zone, Death Row, or bossing, I would definitely use this over anything else as far as rocket launchers go. But anyway, that's my take on it. You know, I'm not blown away by it, no pun intended again. But I think it's a good add to the game. I think it does have value, and I think it has a place. It just may not be, the Wastelands may not be the place. But anyway, cool, awesome, good to see it. We have a lot more to review. Maybe we'll do the Juggernaut implant next. Let me know if this review helps you guys. Let me know if you guys would like to see me do other things. And really appreciate you guys. Don't forget to give me a like, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section below, guys. Join our Discord. It's 100% free. Doesn't cost you guys a dime. Link in the description below. We have over 400 members. We love to help everybody. And I really appreciate you guys very much. And until next time, you guys stay safe out there. Peace.